You know it's a slow time for the Disney Cars diecast line when you find yourself reviewing a Thailand variant that actually came out almost 2.5 years ago in the Blue Desert line. Still a great release though, and I can't wait to be talking about it today with you, but there is no denying the fact that it has been terribly, perhaps painfully slow in the realm of the Disney Cars world. Not just the diecast on Mattel's front, but also in terms of the upcoming Disney Plus series, Cars on the Road. There haven't been many more breaks, many leaks, many reveals for that since those couple book covers we got 2 months ago. But I'm sure it will pick up soon for both the diecast and the leaks for the Disney Plus series. We won't even have to call them leaks anymore because Disney and Pixar will start releasing actual footage and trailers and all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another Thailand variant review. Today we have yet another Piston Cup racer. We all love our Piston Cup racers. They're honestly like the only Thailand variants worth reviewing at this point. I've already done Ralph Carlo, Murray Clutchburn, of course, Vinyl Toupe, Cressy Roder, Gasparins, Floyd Mulvihill. I've done all those guys so far this year, and so I thought because there were two Winford Bradford Rutherfords in 2022 singles case F, that I'd keep one in the package. I opened this one up for you guys on camera. And I'll leave the link for that unboxing in the description below and card suggestion pop up in the top right corner. It's a pretty good case. Of course, it includes our first new single for the year, and that's Jay with VR headset, who I reviewed a week and a half ago or something like that. Now, like I said, Winford here was already released from Thailand in late 2019 when the Blue Desert line just started. However, at that point, he was mislabeled and mispictured as Bruce Miller, who of course we know to be the Cars 3 RPM racer, the Cars 3 stock car, whereas Winford is the Cars 1 stock car, who Chick Hicks slammed into to cause the crash during that first race, and I'll show a picture of that in a couple moments here, but let's just admire his packaging. I love it. I think he looks great on the Red Riders background there. It is the same artwork they've used for him for years. I think the last time he was released as a single, like with correct artwork, of course, was in 2013. So it's almost been 10 years. But yeah, he looks pretty good. I'm excited to see how Thailand's done with him. On the back here, as seen in Cars, good job, Mattel. They finally got everything correct, even though on some of the other card backs, it actually shows him to be it shows him to be Bruce Miller, essentially. I don't think I have one with me right now. Oh, I do. Perfect. Yeah, you can see here on the back of the Easter buggy, for example, there are other ones as well. They put the stock image for Bruce Miller, which we know to be inaccurate. They are not releasing Bruce Miller this year. They are only doing Winford. Although people still have hope that they're actually doing Bruce Miller. I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, well, maybe they're doing both. Sorry, guys. I would not count on that. Now, this card back is super interesting because, well, not only is it entirely accurate, all of these characters are in Cars 1, but it shows Damaged the King, who has not been released with fixed eyes since 2009, 14 years ago. It is a pretty rare retail release, all things considered, and this one will be a variant, so that's exciting. Of course, you have Murray Clutchburn, Dash Boardman, who was in Case E, Spin Out Lightning McQueen, who should be in one of the next cases. Same thing with Brad Windmiller there. Those will both be new Thailand variants. Dexter Hoover with Checkered Flag will also be a new Thailand variant. And then Chick Hicks was in Case E. So good stuff. I'll be right back with WBR all opened up. Now, for the Piston Cup enthusiasts out there, and I am one of those myself, but there are some people who are pretty hardcore. You guys lucked out because I would probably not have reviewed this guy if things were normal, like if things were going at the normal rate. Like last year at this time, I was doing daily videos, legit. I was in a daily video spell where I was reviewing all the new cars from Case F and G and H. It was a great time. There were so many new cars in Case G, I remember. Or maybe it was F, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It was that case with like Racing Red Sally, Jodon Jackson, and then you had Nick Shift right after that. Oh, it was a great time for cars. Right now, though, it is extremely slow. I have 100% faith, though, it'll pick up. Anyways, there is Winford from Cars 1. A very iconic scene when Chick Hicks slams into him and he lets out that massive, I don't even want to replicate it because I'll probably sound like a complete idiot, but that, like, I don't want to even call it like a grunt. It's more of like a moan because he's like, I don't know. That was horrible, embarrassing. I had to give it a try, though. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's the pain of getting slammed into, I guess. Anyways, here he is looking pretty good. Like, that is pretty crispy. That decal on his hood there looks pretty clean. Nighttime backfire suppressant. Pretty funny, obviously. You don't want to backfire during your sleeping hours. So the colors are a little different. Like the yellow is not as pure. Like that's much more of a concentrated yellow than this one here. Still looks crisp though. I'm a fan of that. I think the eyes look really good. Like this is one where I can say that I prefer the eyes on the Thailand one. Because, I don't know, this just looks so like flat, not very lively. All kind of blends into each other. Not much contrast. But here, they thicken the black outline around his windshield and they put the black eyeliner. I think it just brings him to life a little bit more, makes the character look a little bit more alive and vivacious. You have 64 there on the headlight. That looks good as well. The expression's pretty much the same. I think this is the first Piston Cup model of this model, or this is the first of this model Piston Cup racer I've opened up from Thailand. Like, I have opened up a ton of these Thailand Piston Cup racers now, you know. I have Darren Leadfoot, Rusty Cornfuel, Ruby Easy Oaks, of course, Floyd Mulvihill. I can go on, but they're all like those two models. I don't think I have any of this model yet, so this is a first for me. Anyways, he has nice blue and yellow rims there, nice yellow trim. He did have that before. But yeah, the one thing about this model is that they actually have like correctly sized axles. You guys know what I mean. Like these ones are way too thin. Like they leave so much space on either end there. Whereas some of these other ones, like on Ralph Carlo, way too long. You could push out the tires on either side. That just doesn't look good. These ones are perfectly sized. So happy about that. Taking a look at the contingency sponsors, I did not expect them to be anywhere close to the clarity of the Chinese ones, but they look okay. Like obviously they don't look great or anything, but you can at least make out every one. The Chinese ones still look better. 64 here looks pretty good. Colors look pretty much the same. Slight differences, but I wouldn't say anything looks duller. I thought maybe that looked a little duller on the hood, but I'm okay with it. The 64 on the roof looks really good. I'm a big fan of that one. Might even look duller on the Chinese version, which is on the right here. Yeah, I like that. RPM logo there, right above the spoiler. Same type of deal with the yellow. Like it just looks a little bit less concentrated on the new Thailand version. Of course, you have completely opaque windows now instead of the transparent ones from before. More RPM logos. Nighttime backfire suppressant again there. Okay, so yeah, I have to say the Thailand version looks better here. You could definitely read that more easily than you can on the Chinese version. The orange is also a little darker. It's a little redder. This is more of like a cutie orange. You know what I'm talking about? Like those tiny oranges that they call cuties. I used to eat those for lunch at school. They would absolutely sting my fingers. Like if you cut your nails too short, they would sting your fingers and then they would like turn them orange. Like, oh, ugh, ugh. Now what I find interesting are like these bolts that attach the spoiler to his body. Like they look pretty good there. I can't tell which I like better. Like these look a little bit more refined and they're a little bit shinier silver. So that's kind of an interesting point. On the base here, RO8A is his date stamp, meaning he was made during the 8th week of 2022 at the A factory. So it's one of, I think this might be, besides Jay with VR headset, the first 2022 made car I've opened up in Thailand, obviously. Can hear some thunder rumbling out there. Storm is rolling in, perhaps. Do you guys like when it rains? Like, some people say, like, they love falling asleep to like a thunderstorm, like a big thunderstorm. They could be like, yeah, falling asleep to one of those all day long. Other people, nah. So it's kind of interesting. Let me know what you guys think. So yeah, I don't really have much to compare them to because, like I said, I've not opened up any other Thailand variants of this model. Like, I don't have Brush Kerber opened. I know he's one that they've done so far. Who else? They really haven't done too many. Or maybe I'm just stupid. That's a possibility as well. But I really don't think they have. Yeah, they did do Trunk Fresh, but I haven't opened him. Who else? Who else? Oh my gosh. Anyways, guys, yeah. Pulling up the whole squad here. I should really pull up the entire RPM team instead. So let's do that first. We got Mr. Barry DePedal, the next gen. We have Bruce Miller. We have his crew chief, who is unnamed. We have Petrol Pulaski, his pity. I have two of them, and they're actually like color variants. You can see they're slightly different shades of yellow, so that's kind of interesting. We got this factory custom pickup truck. And of course his hauler, which is pretty awesome looking. It's one of the best detailed haulers I think there is, very underrated. And the next gen RPM hauler is probably one of the best, if not the best next gen haulers, even though we haven't seen them all in great detail, but I know that one is sweet. You guys should definitely look it up. And anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below, do you prefer the Thailand variant or the original Chinese version of Winford Bradford Rutherford? My Chinese version is super old here. This is like the very first one they've ever done. And it was made on the 88th day of 2008. Oh man, that's awesome. I love seeing stuff like that. That means it's, what, 14 years old or something like that? Getting old, guys. Anyways, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon for another one. Bye now.